All right, great. Hold on a second here. All right, awesome. So simply put, we are building a metaverse that is cloud native, high definition, and DAO driven. So what does this look like? What makes this possible? This is one of our product demos here. As they say every once in a while, revolutionary technology comes along that changes everything. And one of those innovations for us is the power of cloud rendering. At first glance, it might seem like we're doing something, building, a metaverse similar to Sandbox or Second Life, but we believe we are building something even better. And
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. It's really hard to hear.
Mostly because we are cloud native. All our content is rendered on the cloud, and this allows us to achieve two important fundamental qualities of what we think is a real metaverse, and that is real-time and persistent. So we use a proprietary cloud rendering system that can be deployed on either public or private clouds to do all the heavy lifting and stream to users, similar to cloud gaming like Stadia. And we solve for two bottlenecks. One, that consumer devices are still unable to render 3D content in real time effectively. And two, virtual 3D asset creation is complex and costly. And
Sarah, nobody can hear you when you've got your PC audio playing.
Oh, sorry, no one can hear that? Okay. Maybe I'll just run through that really, really fast again. So our innovation fundamentally is in cloud rendering. And it might seem at first glance like we're similar to Sandbox and Second Life in some respects, but we believe we're building something even better. Firstly, because we are cloud native. And so all of the content is rendered on the cloud. And this allows us to achieve two important qualities of what we think a real metaverse must have, which is real time and persistent. So we use a proprietary cloud rendering system that can be deployed on either public or private clouds to do all the heavy lifting and stream to users, similar to Google cloud gaming like Google Stadia. But we also solve for two bottlenecks, which is that consumer devices are unable to render 3D content in real time effectively. And secondly, that virtual 3D asset creation is complex and costly. And so it is through this cloud native cloud rendering technology that high definition and ultra realistic graphics can be achieved in real time, including things such as achieving real-time ray tracing. We're able to attain 4K 60 Hertz on any devices, whether it's an iPhone or a laptop. And because we're cloud native, anyone, anytime around the world can access simply through in-browser. So that's no apps, no downloads. As long as you have internet connection, you can enter Metaverse. And of course, no extra hardware or headsets required. And so today I'm going to talk mostly about the three components of our product and platform. But before that, we just want to touch on the essence of what we're building here at Metaverse, which is centered around two concepts. First, we think is a transcendence of reality. The roots of the word come from transform and to ascend. And we've heard of the concept digital twins and virtual replicas. But we think that if we build just the same things as we do in the real world, it can be a bit boring. And so we want to go beyond and build and create that which is not possible in the real world with its material and physical limits to truly go beyond. And then what is Web3? Here we think it's built in public and defined by the community. So some of our early Web3 community members actually include people that have careers in creative design, architecture, and other design fields in real life. And together we give this growing community and anyone in the Web3 community the tools and ability to build this ever expanding world. And our aim is to combine, in some ways, the best parts of sandboxes and games akin to GTA Online. And what we mean by that is, while Sandbox is one of the best implementations of community-defined and generated content in a Web3 context, it's highly stylized, some might joke Legoland looking still, with very limited gameplay possibilities. And then we have Roblox, which has more gameplay, but the visuals are even rougher. And then GTA Online is an awesome game, but it is just a game where the player has no ownership or agency in the world, and you can't control how you play or what you could experience. And so one of our end goals is inspired by this to have the best of both worlds, a world that feels authentic, plays well, is yours, and incorporates agency and ownership through things such as tokenomics and community-driven DAOs to determine the functionalities and even the scene and design and more. So we are building an open world defined and created by the metaverse community. Currently, this is just to start. We have 5 zones with seamless movement and transport, not multiple separate worlds, but a seamless, ever expanding world with land parcels secured and exchanged through NFTs. We have an extremely detailed white paper on tokenomics, which we invite you to have a read if you're interested in something like that. And yeah, diving into, this is kind of how we go about turning concept art into areas under construction. But diving into the first of our 3 components, first we have an avatar creator. So we're aiming to build the highest fidelity and functionality avatar system. And so far we've enabled it into an API SDK cross-platform support, which means not only can you use it on our platform, but it can be used across other platforms. One could even individually create their own unique avatar and mint it into an NFT, not only in 2D, but in 3D, and use it across other platforms and share it, including on social media. We have virtually unlimited customizations, and we're aiming to have an ever expanding number of parameters so that no 2 avatars are the same. We also have something called the Matter Creator. As we've previously mentioned, we're all about allowing the community to build. And for those that do not use things such as Blender or 3D Maya or don't know how to use them, it's still possible to build and create through drag and drop, and essentially our in-house 3D, what we call a Matter Creator currently. Lastly, we've provided a place to initiate and organize DAOs. For your hobbies, projects, or even for brand partnerships. Many brands are entering this Web3 space, and we're still in the early days, but it's really exciting, and there's a lot more details in our white paper. So some of the use cases for brands are quite self-explanatory. It's a really exciting space. And we also were shortlisted this year for the LVMH Innovation Award after partnering with LVMH Asia on a virtual museum project. And finally, here we have a rough preview of what this could look like, all put together, the 3 components. Now, for extra context, our product team sent this over, and it's a bit goofy, so we like to call it man running late for work and stops for luxury picnic. But what we're trying to really show here and highlight is that the high fidelity details are enabled by cloud rendering. Because it is a cloud native platform, that's how you get the high definition in real time. You can drag and drop, and we have an extensive 3D assets library that we're building up constantly, and integrating AI for PBR textures and the such, and that is pretty much a brief overview of what we're building at Metaverse. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, happy to take them. I can also just check out the chat because I think I have few minutes left.
Sarah, thank you.